Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Ultra Kill reaction. It's been a very long time since I've listened to something from Heaven Pierce Her. This is War Without Reason, and Pobat threw this in sometime last year. It's been many a month, and I have not gotten to it, and I did love the last song I got from Ultra Kill, so I'm excited to listen to this, but it just took so damn long for me to get to it, but we're finally here. So without further ado, let's go! Whoa. For some reason, I kind of forgot the energy. Was this the energy? Is this just a different... This sounds different. Kind of rocking with it, though. I think the last Ultra Kill song I heard was different than this. But hey, variety is also very welcome. I can't tell where it's gonna go. That's kind of nice. Kind of giving me 90s hip-hop remix vibes. Sounds like it could be background music in like a skating game. But like a weird one. Ooh. Ooh. Hold up, let me adjust in my chair. Ooh, it's getting dark. Hearing that chord progression changes the vibe so much. Now it's almost industrial. Man, where is this going? It's a fairly long song too, so like that always makes me kind of on edge, I guess. So much time for evolution. Ooh, the separation of the piano. All the vocal parts are beautiful harmonies. Lots of minors. Definitely not a happy-go-lucky song, of course. Ooh, the impact. Ooh, like this distorted bass line, too. Okay. This might be bold to say, but I'm getting like cyberpunk Dracula, Castlevania. That's more the energy I remember. It was closer to that. It's amazing how much this has evolved from the very beginning. Just having that beat there, which is now gone. Is that the end of the song? Can't be. Okay. Putting in those interruptions. That's cool. I like that a lot. It's like a negative evolution. Like showing decay over time. The sound of that, like, almost this like error siren that's going on too. blown out speaker effect on this. Like, things aren't good anymore. Ooh, that cutoff, playing with the stereo room. It's a very wide stereo mix to begin with. Blending everything together. That synth that's like diving down, like something shutting off. This is neat. More sirens and alarms. Again, loving how much they're playing with the sirens in the ears. They're not just sitting in both ears or one of them. They're moving it around a lot. That's really cool too. Ooh. That synth actually joined it this time. It didn't get cut out. God, the amount of changes. This is so intricate. A little solo in there too. Very subtle though. And total failure. Long we're down. I loved how that evolved. That was super neat. It's like from the beginning to the end, every little second was just driving more and more to that total failure at the end of the song. In such little minor ways too, such tiny adjustments to make that feel more gradual throughout. That was really cool. I talk a lot about my love of sound design and music, and this song has so much of that, like I've already talked about so much, but the amount of minor changes in this song, the amount of little adjustments to make everything feel more real is absolutely phenomenally done. Every little bit going forward from just that initial beat, that's all you had for like the first minute or so, and then it changed to having those like minor keys and chords in there, and you're like, oh, okay, so there's like a problem here. It's not just a beat, you're not just vibing, this is a threat. Whatever it is shouldn't be here, maybe you shouldn't be here, maybe both. This is a problem. And now it's starting to introduce that, and then that only gets more and more intense until the stuff starts literally falling apart in the sound design. Little aspects in there, like some of the synths just completely stopping at times, only to start back in at the beginning of the next measure, and just cutting out little bits of that while there are failures happening in the other sound design around it, like even just the bass cutting in when the main synth, the main melody cuts out, or things like those whirring down synths that are supposed to, I assume, signify that something is failing, a total electronical failure, mechanical failure, anything like that, and it's just kind of happening randomly, but also it's being matched with all these other sounds matching its energy. Like when those sirens go off, something changes in the rest of the sound profile of the song, even if it's a minor change, even if it's just something that's shifting or a synth being replaced by something else, something completely cutting out. There is a synth that's supposed to signify failure joining it at almost every single turn. The only spot I could remember in that song that didn't really have that, which was like the total failure, not right at the end, but there was that spot where everything dropped out, including the drums, and it was just this one section where it was leaving you kind of wondering if there was going to be more, and then it kicked back in for like one final go. It was really cool to have that moment where you're just like, are we done? And then it was like, nope, don't forget about this, we got battery backup, but it's not like it's perfect, you know, things are still redlining, it's still a problem, so let's hurry this up and finish this off. And that's so neat, just having this entire song kind of reflect that. I feel like something with this much intricacy on everything to do with the sound design has to be part of something that's designed to be played all at once. Like, this must be a timed battle of some sort. I can't imagine this being looped at any part and really making sense, but I could also see a few spots where they could loop it, like at the very beginning, because it's really simple. There's that spot in the middle where it kind of sticks on this moment of just having that same loop go for a bit, and then like maybe the ending, like right before that total failure. And maybe that's kind of how it is. Maybe those three moments are like the intro, phase 2, phase 3, and then the end of the song. I could totally understand that being the case, but it also feels like it's so intricate that just looping these sections with those really cool effects being done and that evolution of those effects would kind of ruin the experience to me. And I'm assuming, of course, because I have to assume this shit, but I think you'd probably be fighting whatever was on the screen, that like giant robot. I saw like the comparison of the little dude. I assume that's a human. And you're probably supposed to fight whatever colossus mechanical being is there. And that's so cool because it does kind of give you those Shadow of the Colossus vibes. And I love that sort of thing. The tiny little man fighting against a giant big creature is always going to be a favorite trope of mine, just because you love to see when people are doing that sensation of overcoming the impossible is always so much fun. But also, that huge thing is mechanical, so I'm assuming that's what's happening here. You're fighting that thing, and as you progress through the story and through this fight, you're probably breaking it down more and more, and it's starting to show those failures in the music as well. And I love it when they do that perfect marriage of visual and audio, just making everything in the story feel so much more coherent. But I think I've yapped about this one quite enough, because I did talk a lot during the song too. So if you like this video and you want to request something else, drop it in the comments below and I will do my best to get to it as always. Or if you want to guarantee a request, much like Pobat did for this one, you can go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. There are tiers where I have to listen to it. It is a guaranteed song reaction, and I will get to it no matter how goofy, no matter how good. I will give it a listen. Or if you just enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!